It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. My friends, on today's episode, I am bringing you a very special interview that I recently conducted with our friend Arjen Lucassen. I have chatted with Arjen before, and I absolutely love talking with him. He is a lovely person, and he makes darn good music. Friends, he's got a brand new solo album coming out this weekend and some big Aryeon concerts coming up as well. I wanted to chat with him about it. So I am going to be sharing with you my interview with Arjen, but stay tuned. After the interview, I'm going to be listening to one of his new songs off his solo album, and it happens to feature Floor Jansen on co-lead vocals. So stay tuned for that. But for now, I am happy to share with y'all my conversation with Arjen Lucassen. Hey y'all, welcome into the Daily Doug. I am pleased to be joined by Arjen Lucassen, the wonderful multi-instrumentalist and musician. What's going on, Arjen?
Hi, Doug. Pretty busy.
Yeah.
Next 2 weeks we have the live shows, and we've been working on it for 2 years.
Wow.
I'm very nervous, and there's still a lot of little things to prepare. And of
I
course, doing promotion for the solo album.
Absolutely. Well, I'm really happy that you took some time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. The last time that we chatted was in the spring of 2022 when
Okay,
Revel in Time had
Star
just
One.
been
Yeah,
released. And I
right.
remember that in that project, you were channeling some science fiction,
Totally.
movies and televisions about the manipulation of time itself. And I guess with the
Right.
new project, Songs No One Will Hear, due out September 12th on Inside Out Music. I do have that. I've seen the album cover, Arjen. Is it safe to listen to this album?
Not at all. No, no. At your own peril, man.
You best use protection. So,
Yes.
so talk to us about the story. I guess it's still science fiction. Talk to us about the story
I
that
hope
you,
so. I hope so.
yeah. Talk to us about this project that you've got coming up.
Well, basically, the concept is what would people do if they knew they only had 5 months to live?
Mm,
So, in this case, it's an asteroid which will end humanity. I love ending humanity. I think it's the third time I do it in my in my concept. Sorry about that. But it really focuses on the people, what would
mm,
people do? So I would say the asteroid is a bit of a metaphor. It could be anything, it could
sure.
be wars. But I didn't want to make it political, I think I'm a musician. I want to offer escapism, so it's not my task.
Well, was there an incident or an experience that you had that brought this sort of apocalyptic exploration into, you know, uh, especially involving the human spirit and how we as people react to it? Was
Mhm.
there something in your past or that's happened to you that's really got you coming back to this idea?
I don't think it's really a personal thing,
Mm,
although of course I thought about it a lot. What are you gonna do?
mm,
It's basically the way it always goes with me. I record the music, and when I record the music, I have no idea what the concept is going to be. So it's not like I've got the concept and let's make music to it. It's the other way around.
Okay, well, that
And
was another one of my questions. In the
right, yeah,
concept album, I would think if I'm telling a story that the story itself, the some of the lyrics might come first, but with you, it's the music
it's
that's.
it's weird. Well, the thing is, I still think the music is more important.
Mhm,
You gotta, if you have a good story, the backup, you gotta back it up with good music. So the music is the most important thing.
mm.
And the concept gives it an extra dimension.
Um, as you are going through, I can only imagine what the process would be. Like I've done a lot of composing myself over the years, and if I was imagining myself to be in your shoes, and I am trying to get into the mindset of how people might react. as they're facing impending doom? Are they grief-stricken? Are they seeking God? Are they going to go on a you know, a crime spree just because they can? How did this affect you? What was the process like dealing, going through this empathy, trying to get into the minds of a whole swath of different types of people?
I love it. It sounds a bit morbid maybe, but I love to think about these things because it gives me so many ideas,
Mm,
there's so many ways I can go with this concept. And for me, that's a good concept. I mean, the first thing is you got to be able to explain the concept in one sentence, which I just did.
yeah,
And secondly, it has to give you a lot of ideas for songs, because if you have like 15 songs, you gotta fill them with lyrics. And the good thing about a concept is you have the concept and you don't have to think what's the next song gonna be like. So with this
absolutely.
concept, I had a lot of idea. I started writing down, and I had already, without even doing investigating stuff, I wrote down 20 ideas.
Wow.
Then, of course, I read about it, and I watched a lot of movies, which
Did you
didn't really help,
did you see the
really.
movie Don't Look Up from a few years
It's
ago?
it's yeah, it's what everyone asked, yeah. But
Okay, because that
but
was the
sorry about
first.
that. But I know, but
It's
it
what's on
didn't help.
people's minds, though. I mean, after
The-
COVID, everything changes, and it's like, all right, like,
Totally.
okay,
Yeah.
what if, right? And you
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
start thinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so you're a multi-instrumentalist, if I can say that.
Well, so to speak.
You play different
A
things.
little bit.
From a compositional standpoint, what's
Yeah.
your most easy way of composing? Do you compose on the keyboard, on your guitar? Um,
A guitar. I always have my guitar close. It's always here next to me.
there you go.
In every room. I have a guitar in every room. So when it's like, I got an idea, I got to be able to grab that guitar or it's too late. But yeah,
Wonderful.
it's always guitar. Sometimes, I'm messing around with synthesizers, dialing all these. I have all these old analog bastards. And that gives me ideas, cool sounds. Often it's cool sounds that give me ideas, but
Hmm.
the chords and the melodies, and the riffs, they come from the guitar.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So, as I have read in here, we've got three singles from the upcoming album that have been released so far. The first one that you dropped was the last song on the album, right? Uh, our final
Totally,
song.
yeah.
So, did you give away
Yeah.
the ending for us? Uh,
Well,
I haven't heard it yet.
yeah, totally. I give away the ending. There's no hope, That's just the end
Okay.
of humanity. Because I wanted to make that clear, it's
Mm,
there's Bruce Willis is not at the end of this
sure,
movie.
sure. Bruce
Bruce
Willis
Willis is
isn't
not going
going.
to save the world.
Yeah.
It's the end. And the thing was, I had to pick a single, and the first single I know is the most important one,
Mm.
because that's where you get the views, that's where you get the attention of people. And if they don't like the first single, forget it. They're not going to listen to the second.
I haven't heard any of it
So,
yet, so I am eager to get to some of the music here in
yeah.
this episode after I chat with you. There's another song though. The next single that you that you released is a song called "We'll Never Know," and it's a song that features Floor Jansen. And I read about this song, Arjen. I'm really emotionally struck by the
Mhm.
context that I read about in this song. I read that it's about a couple who is expecting a baby girl, and they have this news that humanity, including them, is going to be wiped off the planet. And you know, the loss in pregnancy is something that my wife and I have gone through. It's something that a lot of people go through. Just losing a child is something that a lot of people go through,
Mhm.
and it's always heartbreaking and just gets at the heart of the emotional strands that connect generations, you know? And And I read that you've got Floor Jansen singing on this
Well,
song.
the thing is, I wasn't sure if I should do this song. I had that lyric, I had that idea, and I thought maybe it's too emotional, maybe it's just too much, and most of all, maybe it's manipulative. It's
Mm.
like, this is such a sad song. A lot of people, like you, unfortunately experienced it. Um, I didn't want it to be manipulative, like, oh, now everyone's gotta cry.
It could
So
be
I
helpful
really
though.
it could be helpful, but I needed the right singer. And I thought the only one who can bring this across, the only one who can sell this is Floor. So I sent it to her and I was like, oh, I know how busy she is, and I hope she likes it. And I hope the lyrics are not too heavy for her. But immediately I got an answer back from her, like, I'm a mother myself. And whoa, the story, just reading it, made me brought tears to my eyes.
Mm.
So so for her it was extra emotional to sing this song, and you can hear it, when you
Mm.
hear her go for it. It's like, oh, I got the recordings, and I got the tears, and I got the goosebumps.
Mm.
So
I
yeah,
can't.
if I wouldn't have got Floor, maybe I would not have put it on the album.
Mm. She's a real special vocalist, isn't
Mm.
she?
Mm.
Yeah, I've really come to admire her work, and she's a person that you've worked with often over the years, right? Her
Oh
and her
yeah,
sister,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think Floor was 19 when I first worked
Mm.
with her. It was on
You
my Aryeon album, Dream Sequencer. So,
right. And then there's a brand new single. I guess not brand new. It came out a couple of weeks ago, but it's called "Goddamn Conspiracy," and it I think you're poking fun a little bit at some conspiracy theorists. Um, am I on the right track here? Is it a little bit of ingest, or is it
uh, I
like
I didn't want to, I didn't want to make that clear. Basically, I was thinking, okay, the asteroid is going to fall. People are not going to believe it. There's going to be people who think it's a conspiracy. So I had to put the topic on the album.
Hmm,
But basically, the lyrics are from a guy who believes in all these conspiracy theories. I mean, he believes the Earth is flat. He believes the moon landing was a fake. Um, so that's how I sing them. And whether it's ironic or sarcastic or whatever, I leave up to the listener.
I'm looking forward to all of it. But it does, as I'm thinking about this, that's another type of person that through empathy here, we need to get inside the mind of. There are people out there that are almost conditioned not to trust anything that they see or
Mhm.
hear. And it's a real issue because it is increasingly difficult
It
to
is,
tell.
especially now with AI.
Yeah, I mean, we get
You don't know
generated
what's real anymore. Yeah.
We have generated art, we have generated images, I mean, I could have used Chat GPT to generate my interview questions this morning. I didn't.
Yeah.
I did not do that.
Okay.
But even we're now getting AI generated music, and it's becoming increasingly difficult to trust sources of information.
Mhm.
And so it has a real underlying,
Totally. Yeah, totally.
this is real.
Yeah,
This is what could
it
happen.
is.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you've got some concerts coming up. Are you going to be doing music from this particular album, or are you doing something different, a bigger thing? Tell me about it.
No, because we start working on the Aryeon shows like 2 years in advance, because the singers that we ask, they're all in big bands, and
Right.
we gotta we gotta get them, before it's too late, before they got their own tours. So 2 years in advance, we also pick the set list, and this album wasn't even made.
Right.
So no songs of this album. So the album is called Songs No One Will Hear, and I already dubbed it Songs No One Will Hear Live. Uh,
That's
so
fun.
no, no, it's going to be mostly Arion shows, a
Cool.
couple of my side project songs, sorry, couple side projects, and the first half is going to be songs we never played before, which is scary, because there's a reason we never played them before.
Are they going to
And the
be there in your
second,
home country?
yeah. It's always in Tilbury, in
Hmm.
Tilburg. This is the fourth one we do, I think, in Tilburg. And this time, actually, people, I just heard it yesterday, from 71 countries are coming to this show. So yeah, 50,000
Congratulations.
tickets. Yeah,
Wonderful stuff.
that's fantastic. Yeah, and I'm looking at all these countries and I can't believe it.
Yeah, I get on some of our live streams sometimes, and just a few days ago we celebrated our 1,000th episode here on my little channel,
Oh, whoa. Oh,
and
nice.
we had people on our live stream from Sweden and from Australia, and every place in between, and it's the community that comes up around the music, and the community of people that really enjoy listening and gathering together. It really is palpable. It's a wonderful thing. And in this project, it looks like you've gathered together some of your favorite musical collaborators from across the years. Did you end up working with any people for the first time on this album?
You mean on my solo album?
Yeah, on the solo album.
Oh yeah. No, really, it's a solo album, so it's all about me. It's a total egomaniac album.
Yeah.
And it was time for that because I did 5 side projects for other people, and it was let's do something for myself. Let's sing all the songs. So I sing about 80% of the material.
Hmm.
So I was not on a quest for working with people that I've never worked with. It was all people that I've worked with for 20 years and that I know they will do a good job,
Mhm.
and who are excited to work on the album. Like Irene Jansen,
Right.
Sister Floor. She did all the backing vocals, and
I
um,
I can't remember if I asked you this last time, but when you're working with people like this, do you ever get to work with them together in person in the studio, or are you
Oh, of
always
course,
just,
yeah. No.
oh,
Oh, no,
cool.
no, no, no. I definitely, unless, a Floor, she's so busy and she
Mm,
lives far away, so she did it in another studio.
okay.
But all the others, they come to my place. So
That's
Irene, she
awesome.
was here for 3 days, and that's so important. And before she comes, she doesn't even know the songs. Really, I always ask, you want to hear the songs? No, I'll just come over and I'll sing them. Which makes it a bit spontaneous, and I think you can hear that. So that's
Wonderful.
very important.
Wonderful. Well, if I was to listen, should I just start with the big epic, our final song, if I'm going to include a song here from the new album as an addendum to our discussion? Should I just start
Mhm.
with that one? I was
Well,
thinking about that one by
it is
Floor, but
14 minutes, man. It's 14
I
minutes.
got
So
time.
you got time, but the
We listen
attention
to
span of
prog
people.
music. 14-minute songs are almost short,
That's
man.
true. It is, yeah, yeah. Take us a break. Yay. But maybe you could do the song with Flora. No, it grabbed you.
Yeah.
It grabbed a lot of people. So maybe that's a good place to
What are
start.
is it the styles that the musical styles that you're using in this album? I know with Aryeon and like some other projects, it tends to be a little heavier. Is this one a little more eclectic? Like
It
when,
is. It
okay.
is. Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm a limited singer. I do all the vocals. Basically, I'm not even a singer. I act as if I'm a singer, but I have no technique, nothing. So I can't do the high, powerful stuff.
Mm,
So it's there are some heavy parts on the album, but I wouldn't classify it as a metal album. I think it's way too eclectic for that, with
mm.
many, as always, with many different styles on it.
Wonderful. Well, I have a feeling, I've got folks that are on my Patreon and folks that are on my YouTube channel that have been saying, it's been a long time. You haven't listened to music by Arjen on the channel in a while.
That's
Come on,
cool.
where's Arion or where's Arjen
Yeah.
stuff? So I'm pretty sure that we'll get to this album maybe on my Patreon, but I definitely want to include a few of the songs here on the channel, and I'm really looking forward to listening to your new stuff. I think that your all the styles that you bring in and all the people that you bring in, it's always a fun listen. At least it has been in the past, and I'm looking forward to hearing this new one. And with that, I do believe that I'll say thank you. Is there besides these Aryeon concerts coming up, are there any? I know it's hard to schedule. You've been working on this for a couple of years. Is there any other concerts or tour type things that may be popping up, or is this kind of the big show?
Yeah, no, my touring days are over. I did that for, no, really, I did that for 15 years back in the 70s and the 80s. And it's not my way of life. I love creating stuff. I love being in the studio. So
Yeah.
basically, we do these Aryeon shows every 2 years. So we started in 2015, then 17, 19, then COVID came. So we did
Mm.
23 and now 25 again. So yeah, if all goes well, there'll be shows in 2 years again.
Well, I need to
And
get
I
my
expect to see you there,
I need
Doug.
to get my passport and my visa renewed. I'll come over and I'll be a
I need to
bouncer.
see you there
I'll
for
I'll, I'll
sure.
play kazoo. All right. I was all state when I was in high school. No.
Deal, deal.
Okay, deal. All right. No, I'll be the announcer. And now, no.
In a world.
In a world. Right. That's what we did last time. I remember.
I know. I
Yeah.
remember
Now
it,
it's got to be like songs no one will hear. Right. Yeah.
yeah.
What would you do if an apocalypse came? Right. Yeah. There you go. Congratulations, Arjen, on the new album. I can't wait to hear it, and I'm really thankful that you took time to chat with me
Always, man.
about it.
Always.
And I look forward to chatting you up next time. And someday, we'll meet in person, and I'll give you a hearty handshake.
And the kazoo. And
And the
bring the
kazoo.
kazoo.
We'll do a duet. All right. We'll put it on we'll
For
do it as a
sure.
him track on the next album. All right. Thank
Well,
you, buddy.
let's hide it really well then.
All right, we can do that. We'll put it underneath the bass pedals. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Be well. Much love.
Okay, Doug.
See ya.
Thanks, man. See you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
It is so enjoyable to chat with Arjen. He's such a fun person to hang out with and to have a discussion with. So thank you, Arjen, for spending some time, taking some time out of your busy schedule to chat with us about your upcoming album and the big Aryeon concert coming up this weekend. I very much appreciate it. And I know if we ever get to meet in person, I think we'd have some fun hanging out. I look forward to that. Next time, maybe. So, as I said in the introduction, friends, I am going to spend a little bit of time listening to some music from Arjen's new album. The album is called Songs No One Will Hear, and it drops this coming Friday, September 12th. And as we discussed in the interview, he's dropped 3 songs from this album already. The very last song on the album, called Our Final Song, was the very first single that was released. The latest one is called Goddamn Conspiracy, and I have listened to that one as well, and I think it strikes just the right tone. It's really, really well crafted. But y'all, I wanted to save my first listen and reaction to We'll Never Know, which features Floor Jansen, to share with all of y'all. This was released in mid-July. This is the song that we were discussing, friends, as the 2 people that are doing the singing in the song, the point of view of the 2 people in the song. They are expectant parents, but there is this apocalyptic event that is looming, and it's causing them to have the understanding that they'll likely not survive, and 2, that they'll never get to meet their child. And they are working through those emotions. And it really gets my emotions on edge, friends. It really does. As we said a little bit in the interview, this is something that is very close to my heart, and it's very close to my wife, Megan's heart. We don't have any children, and we wanted to, and we tried for a long time, and in fact, we got lucky one time, and then we had a miscarriage. And You know, we have now aged out of being able to be biological parents, and that takes its own emotional toll as well. So, whenever I come across a song that's talking about either miscarriages or young kids or difficulty in pregnancy or something like this. I mean, it's sci-fi, but these are expectant parents who know that not only will they not be here, but their kid, their potential offspring, not only will they not know them, but they'll never get a chance to experience life. And it's a song that I definitely want to experience. I don't know what it sounds like, obviously, and I'm ready. I'm ready to see what he has brought to us here with the sounds of this particular song. So we've got Arjen Lucassen. He is on co-lead vocals, and he's playing all of the instruments except for Floor Jansen, who is on co-lead vocals. Aryeon Jansen is on backing vocals. Joost Vandenbroek is on the Hammond organ. Ben Mathot is on the violin. Jeroen Goossens is on the flute. And Cohen Hurst is on the drums. Okay, let's get to it, friends. This is We'll Never Know, and it's from Arjen Lucassen, and it features Floor Jansen. Here we go. Big bass pedal sound. Beautiful. So that's the 4 major 7. The endless tomorrows. 1 major 7, C major. In every way, we knew what we wanted. Four to the 5, 4 horizons expanded to the 1. The future was open. It's a different vibe than what I think I was expecting. I'm curious as to where it's going to go. Our seed was planted and our lives were full of hope. Woo! 3, 4, 2, 3. So there's a bar of 3 in there. And they're in a different key. We'll never know. That sounds like a 5. Goes up by half step. And that's how they get back into C. Nice. The future's been stolen. The future's been stolen. Lost and defenseless. Oh, and how can we go on? It's difficult, y'all. Down by half step. So F sharp to the G, D, C sharp. And there's that 5 on E. And it stays. We're in A minor now. Okay. really big, epic sound. New key for this, allowing Floor to work that vocal magic. We'll never know. If only she could be here at all. Sing it, Floor. We'll never know. And that's how it ends. Man, it's too short, Arjen. It needs to keep going. And it sounds like it goes right into the next song. That really cut it off pretty quickly. You know, it started off in a way that I wasn't quite expecting. And, you know, I never know quite what to expect, but as a composer myself, if I'm faced with words and I see these words in advance, I start coming up with my own ideas with how I would set this. What's the texture going to be like? What's the key going to be? Is it going to be major? Is it going to be minor? Is it going to be epic? Is it going to be intimate? All those types of things. And it started off and it's got that huge bass pedal in the bass, and it's just thunderous down there. And I was like, well, that's a different sound than I was expecting. And it grounded us, right? It grounded us to reality right away. We started off in C, and we had that F major to C major back and forth for a bit. And then once they got to that G, the fifth of that key, it went down by half step to F sharp. And we're in F sharp minor for a little bit. And when you start in C major and you go to F sharp minor, you're going all the way halfway around the circle of fifths. You're moving an entire tritone. It's harder to do effectively than you realize. That was quite a deft move from Arjen, and it sets up this heart-wrenching chorus, y'all, with all of these questions. Would she be shy and face the world alone? We'll never know. Would she be kind to heal a heart of stone? We'll never know. Would she be wise and right the world from wrong? We will never know. Would she be wild, adventurous, and tall? If only she could be here at all. And that chorus gets repeated a few times, and it's the thing that comes back at the end. You know, but this little verse that comes after it in the song the first time, it says, feeling so helpless, the future's been stolen. I bet that's what it would feel like. You know, and I can identify with that because when it happened to us, that's what it felt like. The future, the ideals, the forward thinking, the expectations. Future's been stolen, you know, just right out from under you. And then they say, lost and defenseless, oh, how can we go on? It's not easy, friends. It's not easy. You get your hopes up, you try, you want to take the next step as a person, you know, and perpetuate in some way, and it just doesn't happen, you know. And in the case of these particular parents, they're not only dealing with the stolen future of their potential daughter, they're also dealing with their imminent demise. And you know, it's something that as it comes in concert, I bet we could hear this this chorus another time or two. That ending solo that Arjen was doing on the guitar, I bet we could do that a little bit longer. I think it could stretch a little bit live and be a really, really effective and meaningful piece, especially live in concert. That would be something that I would very much like to see at some point, y'all. And speaking of concerts, Arjen does have some big time concerts this coming weekend. We did not get into it quite as much in the interview because I was really focused on his new album. But this coming weekend, he's got some big time concerts, and quite frankly, he didn't need my help to hype these up, y'all, because he has sold out 5 concerts in 3 days in his home country. And I hope everything goes well, Arjen. It's the 30th anniversary of Aryeon, one of Arjen's most known ongoing projects. And like I said, he's leading 5 sold out shows in Tilburg over 3 days this coming weekend. And if that's not enough, you know, he's got this solo album coming out on the same weekend. He's timing it quite well, isn't he? As I read, they are going to be playing at the Aryeon concerts this weekend a set list that spans the entire 30-year history and output of Aryeon, and they're going to even be including some of the songs that they've recorded that they've never played before. So everybody that is going to Tilburg this weekend, I hope y'all have fun, and I hope that the concerts go off without a hitch and that everybody enjoys themselves. Meanwhile, over here stateside, I will be listening to and enjoying songs no one will hear. At least I will hear them, y'all. And I think you should hear them too. The album, you can pre-order it right now on Arjen's Bandcamp. And the entire album gets released this coming Friday, September 12th. So listen to it before something happens, friends. It's always great to talk to Arjen and to get back to some of his music. It's been quite a while since I've featured his music on the channel and on the Patreon, and that's something that I wanted to fix here, and I want to get to more of his music on our Patreon here before too long. So I think we've done it, friends. It was a wonderful piece. We'll never know, and it was great to be reacquainted with Arjen. So thanks to Arjen for taking time out to hang out with me and chat for a little bit, and thanks to y'all for hanging out as well and enjoying this new music from Arjen along with me. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.